outfit of the day. Dresses from Amazon. This cute little white baby doll tee. Wrap in the Pua backpack. Some old school Steve Madden shoes and my jean jacket. And now we can head to BookNet Fest Day 1. I haven't vlogged to a camera in forever and I feel very awkward right now.
I've never seen that here. And if I did, I would probably bitch someone out if I saw it. Of like, oh, you're gonna act like you're special because you have a bunch of followers online? Cute. So that whole thing has also been really nice too, because there was always just like a vibe at certain events, and like meetups and things like that would just feel different. It would be like a meetup for a certain creator or something, which is again cool, and there's like space for that. We just never want that here. We want it to be about community, and what you'll notice, especially this year, just kind of happened this way. A lot of our panels this year are very like community oriented. It just happened, like the ways that what we wanted to talk about, and like just on the bookish internet, but also just like the world in general. We're so focused right now, both of us, on just like community building and helping each other and coming together, because stuff is hard.
So I'm going to start right here to my left, and I'm having everyone introduce themselves and share the last weird book that they read.
Hi everyone, I'm Steph, and the last weird book I read was Monstrillion.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm from Weirdo Book Club, and I don't know what the last weird thing I was. It's all weird, really. But I'm currently reading Hunting Adeline Against My Will, so that counts. What? Stop. What did you say?
R.I.P.
Oh, thank you. I thought you said, are you? It is against my will, yes.
Hi, I'm Pasieta, also Gracie. I'm at Great Detail Taco on TikTok. The last weirdest book I read was Walking Practice by Donkey.
My name is Marines. I am the co-founder of BookNet Fest. And I have a YouTube and a TikTok all under my name is Marines. And I think probably specific to this panel, I've been making content online for a long time. So I feel like this conversation is going to be a little bit of a discovery. We're going to figure out what we are going to say together. Because we have a general like thesis statement and feelings, and then the rest will come. So I'm joined by these three lovely panelists, and I will let them introduce themselves. And my question for you all, your introductory question is, tell us the cringiest thing you've done online.
Hi, I'm Meg. My name is Meg. You can follow me at Meg's Tea Room. I do cozy fantasy content on TikTok and Instagram, soon to be hopefully YouTube. And I would say the cringiest thing I ever did online is preach. Preach. Yeah. That one's for you, Nat. You would have loved my content in 2010.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I feel like I should have a bookish answer, but that wasn't a bookish answer, so we can go rogue here. Cringy. Okay, so do we want to hear about the Legolas fanfic website? No, or actually, there was no fanfic. Okay, so I was too scared to post my fanfic online, so I've talked about this before in panels, but I wrote it in notebooks and hid it under my bed like a reasonable teenager. Like, I'm not posting that. But I had a Yahoo Geo sites where it was all just GIFs of Orlando Bloom, mostly. So that was pretty cringy. There was also a short film my siblings and I made about vampires in the woods that's still up on YouTube, but I'm not telling anyone the name of it.
Sage, introduce yourself.
Oh, you didn't know I was really excited to talk about my Legolas. Hi, I'm Paige LaVoy. I don't know why I'm here, because what do you mean cringe? I wrote a Mothman romance. It's a serious memoir.
Hello, my my name is Jamila. I make TikTok. Is this the hello?
Oh,
is there a button?
It doesn't sound.
No, it was on. Oh, it was.
Hello? Oh.
Hi, I'm Jamila. This is a bit loud now. I make TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Jamila B. Readin. The cringiest thing is probably when I was 15. Me and one of my friends made a YouTube channel. We thought we were gonna like totally blow up. It was called Alacrity Productions. I don't know why. You could probably still find that video if you look it up. And it was just like this intro. And it was filmed in my bedroom on my like very old laptop. We just like webcam, and it was I forced both of us to watch it recently. She was like getting married, and I was like, this is the perfect time for us to revisit this. And it's super cringy. So if you go find it, don't tell me.
Hi everyone, this is the specific book recommendations panel. If you wanted the money panel, that's next door. I'm Caitlin, and we have a really great panel here today. I have some requests that people made online, but we're going to mostly spend our time on requests online or from all of you in the audience. And I'm just going to give you a quick overview of who is on the panel with me and what their kind of areas of expertise are. So on the end, farthest from me, that's Carmen. She's been on Bookstagram for about 9 years and Book Talk for about 3 years, and really is very well read in all kinds of Latine books, and I always am like, what's up, what's going on in this area? But also reads a lot of lit fic, romance, and fantasy within Latine authors, but without that as well, out with. And then next to Carmen, we have Tara, who is a teen librarian, so knows a lot about YA and has to read very broadly in YA for the kids at her school, but also reads adult nonfiction, romance, adult fiction, and a little bit of thriller, horror kind of books. And then right next to me, I have Carter, who's been on TikTok for 3 years now, and is really going to be a great resource for horror, sci-fi, any contemporary male-male romances and relationships, but also anything Star Wars. So if you have always been like, I want to get into the Star Wars expanded universe, but I have no idea where to start, we've got a recommender here. Pages to Protest. My name is Marinez. I'm the co-founder of BookNet. I have a YouTube channel and TikTok called My Name is Marinez. And I'm going to let my wonderful co-panelists introduce themselves and where you can.
Hi, I'm Nicole Sweeney. I'm her best friend. We used to do a lot of stuff together, but these days mostly I have a nonfiction book club that I do, and that's pretty much with the year she's not making a whole living right now, but she's been begging for nonfiction content at BookNet Fest for years, so I feel like I have to at least acknowledge her. Or went out to
My name is Carter Pelchik. I use he/him pronouns, mostly on Book Talk, mostly talk about all kinds of stuff, a lot of like romance, but I also have 15 years of experience in the labor movement and organizing and capacity building for activist groups, so I bring that perspective as well.
My name is Michael Horn. I also use he pronouns, and I am primarily on Book Talk, where I like to use them as possible.
Before we jump into that, however, I wanted to let everybody, speaking about our politics, I mean, like, this is what I think, and that being like the majority of how we express that and how that's different from like activism. And like that gap between what it is that I think and what it is that I'm doing to affect change. And that's like a gap that I have seen in sort of the conversation around the genocide in Gaza, but also like generally around like organizing. So my question for you guys is, how have you seen in your communities, the book community or wherever you are, that you're on social media, how have you seen the conversation around Gaza sort of like manifest, specifically in like these niche communities where like
The word is
And sometimes I really struggle in like contemporary settings because that reason is so flimsy to me, and I'm just like, use your words, or like it's something that doesn't feel really. But if one's a monster, like that's already such a compelling like reason that two people can't or shouldn't be together. So there's like a way that just like in any sort of like fantasy romance or monster romance, like the stakes are already at a place that I enjoy, and.
She's like, I need freedom from your descendant. Help. And you're not supposed to go to the old gods for anything. They're tricksters, they're not trustworthy, whatever. And so June's like, sure. If you get with my other son, and then it's the Easter Bunny. And listen, yes, he does look like how you think he would. However, that is a gentleman. And he's very respectful, and it's like the very first one is like
creating kids.
I think it's like genuinely like 50 pages, like the super short novella, but it packs so much interesting, like intricate world building. And you can see a genuine connection being made between our two main characters. And then Dahlia Davies develops this into a sequel, which is a full-length novel. And then she keeps this series going where it's like Railed by the Reaper, and it's like the Grim Reaper, and it's like Railed at the Bacchanal, and it's like it's all these different creatures within this whole like Valiant God series. At some point, like time travel gets involved, immortality gets involved, all this stuff. And it's like filled to the brim with like queer characters and people of color and all these like really crazy world building elements, and it just keeps getting like expanded on even more and more. But then Dahlia Davies loves a silly title, so people are like put off by it, but it's genuinely like really, really cool. So read it.
There's a lot of people in this room. Are you sure you're in the right place? You're here now, so hello, you're welcome. Yes, between depiction and endorsement, we are talking today. This panel was born a little bit out of, it happened a few times already this year now, where there was a lot of discourse around various books being labeled as problematic in some way, but also they were, depicting a problematic thing. And so, where's the line? To what degree can authors depict a broken world without endorsing that broken world? Right? How do we differentiate as readers? What's the disconnect between authors and readers on that front? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. My name is Nicole Sweeney. I mostly honestly talk about nonfiction, so I'm excited to ask you guys how you guys feel about this. And I'm going to have the panelists introduce themselves. Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel from Read with Rachel. I'm mostly on YouTube, and I read a lot of fiction that depicts and also endorses stuff.
Hi, my name is Jamila B. Readin on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and I guess Twitter, but don't follow me there.
My name is Michael Laborn. I am on TikTok, and like Rachel, that is all I read.
High level, like where do you see that line? Like what to you is the line between just like depicting, of the world as it is versus endorsing the world as it is? Like how do you personally differentiate between those two things?
Well, I would never want to depict the world as it is.
Sure, okay, yeah.
For me, like the baseline is, are you depicting things for the purpose of giving marginalized people a voice, or are you depicting it because you want to jar your reader into feeling like you're a good writer? Because you shouldn't be using harmful things just to make your book good. I want to know, what is the point? Are you fixing it? Are you giving voice to someone? I want to know the why and the who.
Yeah, the who is important. I agree. I think it's just depending on the purpose, like what are you trying to do by showing like violence or this or that.
Yeah, I agree. The why is important. I think that this is very subjective.
Yeah.
I'm not really always sure where I personally draw the line, and I can't even articulate really what makes me feel like this is depiction versus endorsement. Like I can read like an extreme horror book where we're depicting like very gross things, and sometimes I know that there's a why, but I don't actually know how to tell you like, here's why I think the author did this. So it's so subjective, so I'm not really sure
Yeah.
where I can, like, and I don't want to prescribe that for other people either.
Yeah, sure. So I guess put another way then, like what advice do you have for readers for like how to differentiate between portrayal versus endorsement?
I do feel different about horror specifically though.
Okay.
I feel like with horror specifically, you are going in 1 2 minutes. Like, I don't read a lot of horror, but I know a lot of people that do, and they are going in expecting to be confused about whether or not this author is a good human. That's what they read about. So I don't hold the same standards with horror. With fantasy is more where I feel that.
Do you feel the same way about dark romance as well?
I would never read that. But bless your hearts. I don't actually though. Like it depends. Like I really hate dark fantasy where a marginalized person is experiencing a lot of harm from a non-marginalized person. Outside of that, enjoy yourself.
We like talking about some of the deep dives on books, but sometimes we just like to talk about the process of reading and what that looks like and be like, same, I do that too. Like all the weird little quirks we have when we engage in reading as a hobby. So I want to just start by letting our panelists introduce themselves. If you guys would tell us your name and your platform, where you are, where we can find you, and what your handle is. I know that's up on the, there's a simplified version of it up on the screen, but if you want to elaborate on that at all, and then we'll go into our first opening question.
Yeah, I'm Lindsay. I'm mostly on TikTok. She changed it? Yeah. Well, I'll yell you. Hi, I'm Lizzie on TikTok. I think that's it, other than I'm just a reader and happy to be here.
Hi, I'm Margaret. I am the word nerd in most places. That's a 3 in nerd instead of the E. I can't promise I'm active on most of those, so if you want to find me, usually I'm on YouTube.
I'm Carter Kalchik, and I'm Carter Kalchik.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.
And I'm literally Tara on TikTok, and technically if you go just about anywhere.
Hello, my name is Marines. I am the co-founder of BookNet, and you can find me around the internet at my name is Marines, and I've been on the internet for a long time.
My name is Tara Gold, and you can find me on the internet in various locations as literally Tara, though my primary platform right now is TikTok. I'm also a high school librarian, and I have also been around on the bookish internet for a very long time.
Hi, I'm Graciela. I'm also Gravy or Gracie. I'm primarily on TikTok at Gravy Del Taco. I'm also on Twitter. That Twitter's not relevant to anything. On Instagram, Gravy's Bookstagram. I guess I've been on the internet for as long as, I don't know, elementary school.
And that was probably college.
We were giving our history, and I was like, oh, this wasn't in the set question. I didn't realize we were bringing timelines.
I mean, I feel like I'm in the middle of the internet. My primary platform is still YouTube. That's that's the millennials are showing. Okay, so how do you guys see parasocial relationships manifesting in the book communities that you are a part of?
You were part of my notes. So I see it sort of come up in like 2 different ways. The first one being sort of just like level of access. So if we're speaking on like book community specifically, I mainly think about like our access to authors now. I feel like authors should be mysterious, and they're not anymore, for better or for worse. I feel like they should be writing in a castle. You only hear about them when they publish a book once every 10 years, and like that sort of like mystique is gone. And like I think there are like some negatives and positives to that easy access to authors. But I also think a lot of the parasocial relationships that I'm seeing be formed now, like my context is mainly TikTok. I was never a BookTube person. I think like I didn't really join online bookish spaces until I got back into reading, which was college, so like just like a few years ago. So I just I was never like I went straight into book talk. So my understanding of like the parasocial relationships being formed there has a lot to do with the video format, and a lot of it being just sort of like really identical to just like being on FaceTime with people. And then like it's like this like perceived level of intimacy with content creators and authors. So I think like those are the two main points that I'm thinking of a lot that are like fueling a lack of boundaries with people.
Yeah, and I also have seen kind of that, evolution of that over time, because I started as a book blogger back in the day, and I think it was less of an issue then because we were all just, it was our words. There weren't even always our faces associated with it. It did feel more like just kind of passively reading content and sharing things around. Sometimes it maybe could border on that, but I really saw it kind of explode with YouTube and the way that YouTube, usually with influencers, not with authors. I think the author stuff kind of came even a little bit later than that. So now with TikTok, you have even more perceived intimacy because YouTube videos still feel more scripted, more long form, and TikTok can feel very like FaceTimey, like I just picked up my camera and I'm talking to someone, and it's a lot more immediate feeling, and it's a lot more like constant, and so I think it can feel like you're in dialogue with somebody that you're not actually in dialogue with. So just watching that evolution over time has been really interesting. So I've seen it in all of those spaces.
I agree with all of that.
It's a panel that you guys are all on. So I don't know if you knew that, I don't know if you got the panelist email, but all of you are on this panel, because what this is going to be is we're going to be talking a little bit, but we're mostly going to be prompting you guys with questions, and then if you want to talk, raise your hand, we're going to come over. Again, nothing super complicated. This is all going to be about your experiences in the online book community throughout the years. So no wrong answers. Since there are so many of you as panelists, try to keep your answers short, because we want to be able to get to as many of you as possible. But we will kind of just start with the fact that where we all started. You've heard our stories, and we've seen, if you were here yesterday, the keynote of our stories, and where we started. So for both of us, it's been almost 10 years. I'm going to be 10 years this year. Maddie's going to be 10 years next year with being in the online book space. But where have all of you started with the online book space? Forums, chat rooms, blogs. For me, it was BookTube. Maddie, you were blog first.
Blogging, yes, because I first was doing personal blogging, and then after I was doing personal blogging, I started Start Squad with Nicole, and one of our first projects on there was recapping 50 Shades of Grey chapter by chapter. So I feel like that's things, I stand by those, they're great. So I feel like that was really book adjacent, at least in terms of like how I got started in online communities.
Yeah, so who thinks that they have like the most archaic of starts?
I just want to end, as we do every year, with my heartfelt thanks and gratitude for all of you being here. Like I said at the beginning, there are plenty of book events that you can go to, and so you choosing to spend your time and your money here means the absolute world to us. I'm not gonna cry. Maybe I will. So I really appreciate you all being here and for making this event possible. It is a nonprofit event, and it is purely run by volunteers and by each of you and your contributions and your being here. So I love that you guys love this event, but it's only possible because you're here and we do love it. So I'm, leaving. I always leave super recharged in like my creative well, and thinking already about next year and how we can continue to expand and grow. And we would love for you all to continue to be a part of that. So I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, same, echoing all of that. And just, even just this whole thing, as we were doing it, I was like, we're doing this again. Like this was so fun. I could have had the entire event be this, to be honest. So yeah, we really appreciate all of you guys supporting. And I know a lot of you have said since the beginning, you know, how do you help? We have donations because this is a nonprofit, but if you can just spread the word about this, and I know that sometimes you're like, oh, I mentioned it once, or I mentioned when I went, throughout the year, spreading the word about it. Like, we can only do so much, and as we've mentioned, sometimes when we talk about BookNet Fest on our platforms, it just, the algorithm's like, absolutely not, and gets rid of it. So the more people that talk about it, the more people that, you know, spread the word about that, so then we get more people in the room having these conversations with us.
I want to see you at prom, okay? Yes. No chickening out, introverts.
It's just good. It's a good one. That is very cute.
See, now you two
They're
are
going
in the same universe.
together.
I don't know if you're going to the same place or not,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you are going. You're in the same.
I've actually kidnapped her.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. She's the princess. And she's...
And Nicole, I mean, yeah, we're going also, maybe not the same place, but we're in the same universe.
Yeah, you're in the same universe, for sure.
If I were a content creator or something, I would share it about this,
But you don't.
I don't.
I'll share it for you. Okay, so we went to Disney Springs today, and I had seen on TikTok quite a few of people unboxing these guys, and particularly this one is the most interesting to me because it has a Pua, who is my favorite character of all time. I just really love Pua. So I bought 2 of them, so we're gonna unbox them together, and I am manifesting that there's a Pua in here, but I can also get Cusco as a corn dog, Genie's cotton candy, Pua as fried cookie dough, Pluto as jalapeno cheese fries, Minnie Mouse as cookies and cream funnel cake, and Goofy's a fried pickle, and there's also a mystery character. So I know these are like really... so I know these are really hard to open, so let's go ahead and I'm manifesting that there is most definitely a Pua in here somewhere. What? Okay, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna get it. I always see people just like ripping into them, but like how? There's so much tape on this. 1, 2, 3. Hi, sir. People walking around on the ground downstairs. Oh my god, I have like 15 minutes for it to meet her and downstairs for dinner. And it's gonna take me all 15 minutes to open these 2 boxes. Okay, this feels probably the same. Oh, it's blue, it's not Pua. Damn it. Oh no, it's blue, it's not Pua, which means it's Genie. Genie as cotton candy. Okay, I mean, yeah, he is adorable, but it's not Pua. I just want Pua, but he is cute. This is actually really fluffy. Squeezing it like it's gonna be a dog toy. Trade out my tripod situation here for this one. It's gonna be Pua. We are manifesting. This is definitely Pua. It's Pua. It's going to be Pua. Oh, whoops. Pua. Pua. I don't think it's Pua. What is this? barbecue chicken pizza Tigger. Is this a mystery character? I think this is a mystery character because I don't remember Tigger being an option. Okay, I mean, I really love Tigger, but it's still not Pua. Oh, but he's really cute though. I mean, they're cute, but they're not Pua. Damn it. Do I buy a third one when I go to Disney Springs later? I know that's ridiculous. But okay, the Tigger one is really cute. Isn't he cute? Look at him. We got Tigger, and we got Genie, who is cotton candy. And I didn't know it came with like a little card here, so I gotta dig it out of the other box. But, sadly, no fried cookie dough Pua. I'm kind of bummed about it. But, I mean, they're cute. They're cute, but I'm sad. You know, happy but sad. It's how I'm feeling.